Heritage, welcome to the Bitcoin Source. Can we start things off with you introducing yourself to the audience?
Yes, definitely. Thanks for having me. The Bitcoin Source and Falodun. I'm Heritage Falodun. I'm a software dev, a Bitcoin strategist and consultant at Naira.io. I'm also the CEO and co-founder of Digioats, the platform focused on Bitcoin education and adoption in Africa, having its roots starting from Nigeria. I'm also a contributing writer for Bitcoin magazine. I write content at my leisure time, and I am also a moderator at Black Bitcoin Billionaire, a community I resonate with when it comes to orange peeling and enabling Bitcoin education and services across different jurisdictions. Yeah, that's more like the brief introduction about myself.
Yes, yes, great. Heritage, usually the first question I ask people when they come on the show is where did they source their Bitcoin knowledge, whether it be books, courses, or even conferences? So could you kind of explain to the audience, like, you starting as an engineer, you starting as a Bitcoiner, what were some of the things, courses, or sources that actually helped you to become, the person that you are today in the Bitcoin ecosystem?
Yes, thanks for that question. I mean, when it comes to the root cause of my knowledge as far as Bitcoin is concerned, I would say the Black Bitcoin billionaire community weekly and daily stand-up discussions around Bitcoin has really helped in developing my path, and also there are books that I tend to lay my hand on when I was extremely curious about finance and actually trying to navigate what cryptocurrency ecosystem entails. So I think I read the Bitcoin standard, the PDF version, not like an hard copy. I also I did some courses on Sailor.org in regards to Bitcoin and its development process, and also an intensive elucidation process from the likes of Dr. Shalair Armstrong, and more content online have been the major structure leading my path as far as Bitcoin education is concerned. I mean, I dedicated my time into digging deep into getting the kind of information I really want.
Yeah, most definitely. And, you know, sourcing your Bitcoin knowledge is always unique and different for everybody. And, it's really interesting to see like people in Africa and Nigeria, how they kind of gain insight into learning more about Bitcoin. My second question that I really want to get into, which is you being the founder and CEO of the company Digioats, I really want to peel into the layers of what that company is and why it's important. So my second question for you, Heritage, is what is Digioats and how does the platform bridge Bitcoin in Africa?
Wow, thanks for that question again. Yes, I mean, your first question is actually a prerequisite to this question. Why am I saying that? I During the process of me trying to learn about Bitcoin and what it entails, I actually stumbled on cryptocurrency, like a lot of cryptocurrencies, different projects. I do trade, and I was from food, and I think I lose a lot of money, and I came back to my right senses and say, oh, is this stuff really profitable? I keep making research about it, and I always tell people I think I'm going to conclude that I learned the process the hard way, and what brings about videos is more in regards of bridging the information gap between the West and Africans when it comes to adopting significant innovation like Bitcoin. So, answering your question precisely now, DGO operates in a mobile kind of way, but we have a significant and physical presence in Abuja, Dawaki to be precise, and we've been building formidable teams in terms of orange peeling process, that is organizing quads and also organizing meetups across different jurisdictions, not like just the Federal Capital Territory alone, and as well as collaborating with other Bitcoin-focused platforms in order to achieve our main aim, which is giving back to the community in terms of educating them and making them to see the difference between Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, what Bitcoin itself can offer for them as an innovation, what it can offer to them as utility, and what it can even offer to kids, layman, and different category of people in the society. So that's what we focus on majorly. And starting Digioats, my main aim for starting that was just I learned the hard way. I don't want any other African to learn the hard way again. I don't want them to go through the process of probably purchasing cheat coins, getting rug pulled, now thinking like, oh, is crypto really profitable? In some cases, I was just in some cases, most people will just say, oh, I'm not doing crypto again. This looks like a scam to me. In my own case, I was just fortunate to be able to demystify my path and end up at the right path, which I always call Bitcoin. I feel there is need to provide required infrastructure when it comes to education and setting people on track. Either you want to probably become a developer and building on this innovation, either you want to really understand it to scale your business, either you want to adopt it as an individual. Digioats has been working intensively to make sure we cater for the needs of all these people, and that's my vision generally as far as Digioats is concerned, and that's what we've been doing over the past few months. I think it's almost going to 24 months now. That's in the space of 2 years since we started, and things have been improving. That's just going to be my response to your question, man.
Yes, most definitely. And, Nigeria has a lot of social economic implications, right? We're aware that the inflation rate is crazy. The Naira fluctuates and changes day to day on what you can buy at the store. And, Bitcoin has been a big proponent in Nigeria for people trying to use it as a peer-to-peer, remittance type of currency. And the question I want to, pose to you, Heritage, is, Nigeria has had issues with money for a long time, a couple decades now. Do you think that the Naira helps or hurts the Nigerian people?
And one thing we need to understand is that for you to for banks not to go obsolete and for them to remain relevant, they must actually adopt and create value value or build their services around what their customer actually values, right? The customers value Bitcoin. The government noticed that, when it comes to finance, it's extremely centralized because the currency we're spending in Nigeria, Naira, is being controlled by the central bank. And when I was saying, oh, the currency people value is Bitcoin, the government noticed there has been changes in terms of remittances, cross-border remittance. They noticed the flow of other foreign currency. They notice the exchange between Naira and other currencies. And they notice the statistics around people adoption towards cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in the country. So they can easily add 2 plus 2 together and say, oh, a wide range of Nigerians are actually opting for cryptocurrency over the traditional currency, which is Naira, right? And in a way to bridge that gap, the government feels, oh, we actually need to create something similar to Bitcoin, but not Bitcoin, that is actually going to work the same way Bitcoin works. It's not the same way Bitcoin works now, but it's actually going to work in a similar way to Bitcoin, being developed on blockchain, and will be able to satisfy the government quest in terms of centralization and in terms of Naira utility, right? So they literally created CBDC, central bank digital currency, called Naira. this is today is what? Today is October 12th, 2022, and the adoption rate of CBDC in Nigeria is about 0.34%, and the adoption rate of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is about 36%. That means at least 36 million Nigerians have used cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in their mode of transaction. Why about just 200,000 or 36,000 Nigerians have a CBDC wallet with their traditional banks? That shows the wide range and gap between it. People actually, what Nigeria wants is freedom. Like they want money they can they want money they can be in control of as an individual. They want money that won't restrict them. They want to be able to live in a democratic kind of system whereby you have full autonomy to everything, not like you are being controlled by a federation when it comes to your finances. And reason for this is actually that if the federal government is actually managing the finance system perfectly, then people will not have noticed their flaws. And the adoption rate of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency wouldn't have been so huge as it is presently. But then people can notice this flaw from factors such as the consumer price index skyrocketing every day. That is the basic commodities you buy in the market. Inflation is actually high as well. And when you go to the market today, let's say you purchase bread, and the price of bread is actually changing the next day you're going to the market, then you start thinking of how can I create solution to this. Or probably you want to make purchase on Amazon, you want to buy a Google Cloud service, probably you're a developer, or depending on the kind of work you're leveraging. And you realize that you can't use your debit card to make such purchase, and you feel less of a human, right? You be like, so someone in another country can easily purchase this, but just because I'm a Nigerian, I'm using this particular bank, I can't purchase this because it's in US dollar. The government is limiting me. I can't purchase more than $20 per month. There was a time it was a limit of $100 per month. Now it's moved down to $50 per month to $20 per month, and now to just $0. You can't make international transaction. You need to use your dollar account and all. But for an average Nigerian, they want freedom. They want to be free and have access to what everybody in the world has access to. But you are restricting them, and a way to find solution to that has been cryptocurrency. And I think when we're talking about the adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in Africa, and also in comparison with the CBDC created in Nigeria, we would not forget a very, very intriguing factor that skyrocketed the adoption process, and that was NFAS. A lot of people understand what cryptocurrency entails. A lot of people understand what Bitcoin entails, but then they haven't been so extremely interested in it. But then during a very, very significant protest, it happened, I think, 2 years back to be precise, 20th of October 2020. So youth keep protesting against police brutality, and the government see how united the youth are and the Nigerian citizens. They feel, oh, you guys are protesting, right? Then we need to censor you. We own the money, and you are actually running this protest because you have access to cash, right? And the government was able to note the key organizers of that protest, and the leading figures, more like the celebrities, the folk men and women in that protest, and they keep freezing their account, they keep censoring them. And when it comes to like democracy and having the freedom of speech, right to civic actions and law, that's not like restricting people from their human rights, right? And Bitcoin happens to be the currency that, I mean, the government can't freeze. It's decentralized, and Bitcoin helps the protester out during that process, because when the account was freezed, um, different celebrities across the world keep donating to the protest to help the common man in Nigeria and have their voice being heard. So that was the time when people now realize that, oh, there's actually difference between this particular currency and Naira. So the government doesn't have control over this, then I can leverage it. So when it comes to CBDC and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, the gap is wide, and the utility is extremely obvious, and people are opting for the ones they actually need. But I mentioned something when I was talking about adoption range and all. You know, the population of Nigeria is about over 200 million people, and we still have about 36 million adopting Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So that's going to like show you the utility and the necessity why platforms like Digioats, platforms that enables education and adoption, why it's extremely imperative, because we have about over 170 million people here on Earth.
Yeah, most definitely. And, everything that you're doing with Digioats is super crucial and important in Nigeria. There's tons of other developers, there's tons of other companies that are out there that are really trying to help the people of Nigeria really understand that Bitcoin is the de facto currency and a gateway to actually free the people of Nigeria. So, Heritage, thank you for, kind of breaking that down. That was very in depth. You talk about the political structure, you talk about SARS, you talk about people kind of using the young people using Bitcoin as a tool for freedom and self-expression. And, my last question to you that I'm very curious to know about, and I want to congratulate you now that, we're having this conversation, but how excited are you to attend the African Bitcoin conference this year?
Thanks for that question. I mean, I'm extremely excited when I have the opportunity to like preach the gospel of decentralization, when I have the opportunity to like talk about sound money, not just to anybody, I mean to African. It's actually something captivating and alluring for me as an individual. So I can't underestimate that part. It's a great conference. I'm definitely looking forward to connect with people, to brainstorm, to learn more, and I feel share knowledge with Ghanaians, Africans, and the wide range of people that will be attending the conference. It's a welcome development, and I believe consistently we keep having such awareness programs, such networking program, and insightful and educative content to skyrocket adoption in Africa.
Yeah, and I'm excited for you, brother. This is a big opportunity, a big moment, especially for Africa, and it's really good to see, Africa having their own conference and kind of opening the doors for the diaspora to see that there's tons of people in Africa, in particular West Africa, that are really helping the Bitcoin ecosystem and really doing their part in changing the world when it comes to Bitcoin. So, Heritage, this interview was great. I really loved the Bitcoin conversation. Can you give people your social media handles and any other future endeavors that you might be doing down the road that you want people to know about?
Yes. I'm just going to say my social media handles is just uniform across all social media handles, and there are some social media I don't like. I'm not like active in. I'm very very active on Twitter. I my handle is Harry the Eagle. Harry the Eagle. HERRYTHEEAGLE. Same thing on Instagram, and my full name Heritage Falodun on LinkedIn. I'm not like very very active on Facebook, but then I have an account there. So the best way to get across to me won't be Facebook. It will be Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And in regards to other programs we're doing, I mean, people should anticipate a lot of educative and insightful programs lined up in collaboration with other Bitcoin vocal companies. I mean, our work is actually my hobby, and the work of Digioats is actually to like skyrocket adoption, give back to the community, as well as also build infrastructure to consume Bitcoin Core as an innovation. And we are bullish on that. I'm going to see us keep fulfilling that. So people can anticipate a lot of insightful content coming from us towards the end of the year and as the first quarter of the next year keeps approaching. Once again, that'll do the Bitcoin Talk. Thanks for having me. I'm Heritage Falodun, and I will always be available whenever you guys put a call.
Most definitely. Once again, Heritage, thank you for taking time to be on the Bitcoin Source. Have a good one.
Yes, thanks, brother. You're welcome.